Now, Sonia, you had mentioned while talking about your intuition, you had mentioned the word muscle. Is this something that you develop with exercise? It's not something it's something we all have, but you have to exercise?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked this because most people approach intuition as sort of a random fluke, an amusing, interesting thing. But in fact, it is a part of consciousness that, if focused and if trained, can serve you fabulously and consistently. But it has to be trained, like doing sit-ups, or you know how you train your fingers to work a keyboard or to play a piano or an instrument. You can train your consciousness to be more receptive to your intuition, and the more you work it, the more it will work for you. And that's what I've devoted my life to.
Now, when you say you get your consciousness to accept your intuition, are they usually in conflict?
Yes. Unfortunately, this is a big mistake of people's consciousness, is that they think that you're either going to be intuitive and kind of woo-woo and out there, or you're going to be logical, but you're going to miss your inspiration. Now, my favorite quote is from Einstein, when he said, "Intuition is a sacred gift, the rational mind its faithful servant. Sadly, we have thrown away the gift and have become enslaved to the servant." So intuition is our sacred gift, and if we begin to consistently pay attention and work those muscles, work your consciousness to engage, and I've actually got a very simple way to do that I've refined over the years. It's just a simple 4-step process. But if you work it consistently, it will work for you. So, do you want to know what my process is?
I would love to know what your process is.
First step is be open to it. Most people aren't open to their intuition, and it's just like turning the internet radio on. It's turning your awareness on. Just be open to your intuition being a natural part of you that can inform you. And that's just a state of being, a state of mind. The second step is to expect your intuition to show up. And it's an interesting thing about expectation. When you create expectation, you create a void. And the universe abhors a void, so it'll fill the expectation. Consequently, for example, two people who go to downtown New York City, one expects to find a parking space and the other doesn't. And they're both right.
Right.
So expectation...
Right. The universe will comply.
Right. The universe will fill the void.
Right.
It'll fill according to expectation. So those who expect to be intuitive are. The third thing is every time you get a gut feeling, a hunch, an aha, a vibe, a sense, a notion, articulate it. Speak it out loud. If you name it, you claim it. The minute we name it, we put value on it. That's what a name does, is it says that this is real. So find a name that's comfortable for you. For example, for me, my name for intuition is vibes. That's my name. It's my vibes. My vibes tell me. For some, it's my gut. For some, I have a hit, a flash, an aha, my intuition, whatever. But it's important that whatever language you choose, that language is comfortable for you. If I said my psychic feelings, well, that's comfortable for me, but for probably 98% of the world,
right,
not so much.
Right, but if you were to say the same thing and say my gut feeling, it would be...
You get a pass just about anywhere.
Right.
So you find a language that's comfortable for you, because a rose is a rose is a rose.
Right.
And then the fourth thing is, once you articulate it, then here's the discerning and transitioning thing. Act on it. Most people are highly intuitive in retrospect. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right, I knew I shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. Now, the way it works is it's like a dance. It's like when you're open, it's like turning on the radio. Expecting, it's like dialing into the channel. Articulating, you start to feel the communication or the music, and when you act on it, it's like dancing. Then you step out. So when you act on your intuition, and you do it in little ways. If you have a vibe, usually your intuition will come in small, subtle suggestion instead of overwhelming and somewhat threatening communication.
Is it that your conscious mind kind of screams while your intuition whispers?
Right. It's almost, even a whisper might be generous.
Oh, wow.
It breezes like a butterfly on your cheek. It's very subtle, but here's the other thing that can be very helpful, is it is going to speak to you somewhere in your physical body. And it's not one size fits all. For some, you'll get a gut feeling. For others, it tends to speak to you more in your heart. For others, in your chest. For some, it's the hairs on the back of your neck. For some, it's a traveling feeling, but do pay attention and try to notice where in your body your intuition speaks to you. So I encourage people to do what I call a vibe check. Just mentally run a scanner through your body and see, how do I feel in my head? Okay, that's clear. How does my throat feel? Well, that's interesting. I have a little tightness this moment. How does my chest feel? My heart is open, or it's not so open. I feel a little bit protective, a little defensive. How does my gut feel? Well, my gut feels relaxed at ease. Oh, my gut feels worked up a little bit. These are little psychic sit-ups you can do. And just kind of exercise your awareness. Because, like I said, we have hindsight. People say, my gut told me yesterday. But it's kind of interesting when you're driving along in the car, or you're folding your laundry, or you're checking out the mail, or you're meditating, hopefully, for a few minutes a day, that you just do this vibe check and start to talk to your body, because your body is your intuition's best friend.
And it's a great way to really align yourself. And a lot of the frustration people feel, when we get back, we're going to talk to Sonia some more. I'm getting a lot of feedback, and it's already halfway through the show, and they're already telling me, Steve, we want her back. So don't worry, Sonia will be back for the rest of the show. And you can hear her. She has a show on Hay House Radio. Just go to SoniaChoquette.com, SoniaChoquette.com, and her information's on there. You're listening to Empowered Living, Life, the Truth, and Being Free. I'm your host, Steve Maraboli. We will be right back with Sonia.